Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to the Lawrence County Animal Hour. I am Leanne Pettis with Friends of Lawrence County Animals. And Kayla, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Kayla Corbett with Friends of Lawrence County Animals.
Now, we do not have Ginger Morgan with us this week with her pup of the week at the shelter. She's a little bit under the weather, so she's missing out on the great guest that we have today, which is Brandy Fox from Lucky's Cat House.
Yeah.
Brandy,
Hi.
welcome. We're so excited.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invite.
Would you like to talk about a little bit about your sweet pea?
Oh, yes. So this is Ginger Spice. She's one of our kittens that is available for adoption through Lucky's Cat House. She just got fixed this week. She's about 10 weeks old. And so she is available for adoption, looking for her forever home.
She's so pretty.
She is adorable. Just a little gray tabby with little spots of orange.
Yeah, a little bit of orange, a little tabby coat mix.
That is so unique. How often do you see that? Do you see it a lot?
It pretty much, yeah, a lot. If there's orange in their coatings like this, that's what we call them, a tabby coat. So it's the calico and tabby mix.
Oh,
so,
that's great.
And there's 5 females in this litter, so they are the Spice Girls.
I love it.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah.
Well, she's adorable, and I want to thank you for bringing her over. Before we get it started on this exciting program, I want to thank our sponsors, Parks Lumber Company, Story and Lee, and Hearing Services of Middle Tennessee. We cannot thank them enough. It's because of them that we do the Lawrence County Animal Hour every week, letting you know what's going on all about animals throughout Lawrence County. So please give them a big thank you when you go into their places of work. We also are so glad that we have Brandy and Lucky's Cat House as our guests because February is Spay and Neuter Month, and today is World Spay Day. And, you know, Brandy, everybody talks about how rabbits procreate, but I think cats are right up there.
They can, yeah. Females can produce about 4 litters a year. So you got to think how many kittens can be brought into this world for an unaltered cat. And then, of course, the females can go into heat as soon as 4 months old. So that's just the more importance of getting them fixed early. We don't want those accidental litters. Basically, we tell people if you're feeding a stray, expect her to have kittens because, the only solution is spaying and neutering those cats.
And what is the average litter?
I would say probably 4 is as an average number. I've seen as high as 8 kittens born to one cat,
Okay.
So probably I would say 4 is a good average.
So you're talking, 4 litters of the average 4, so 16 per year.
Per year.
And then some of that, like the first kittens born will be having kittens by the end of that year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just exponential growth.
Yeah, and that's why, kitten season, we're coming into the beginning of kitten season. Again, more and more importance of getting those cats fixed. Kitten season, we usually see between the end of February through October-ish, probably.
Is it getting the season starts earlier and ends later?
It seems to. Of course, we're in warmer weather. We don't have really harsh winters.
Yes.
So we do see that. Sometimes it feels like it never ends. But we have seen a little lull right now. This is our first true litter for this season that we've taken in. And it's never ending to us sometimes, but we want to emphasize, the spaying and neutering. We do have a program, an assistance program that we do help with Lucky's Cat House. We do assist in Lawrence some too, but our main focuses are Marshall County, Giles County, and Lincoln County. So we have the assistance programs to help get cats fixed in Lawrence.
In Lawrence as well, yes. And you do help us with Lawrence.
Well, yes, we do, yeah.
I know you take in a lot of Lawrence County cats.
Right, yes, yes. We added Lawrence County a couple of years ago.
And thank you for doing that.
For an assistance area, just because we know the need is so great and there just isn't a lot of resources for our area. At least in some of the other counties we work in, they have some humane associations that do have fosters for cats and things like that. But so we expanded and started helping in Lawrence just because we knew there was a need for it.
Well, thank you so much for doing that. And again, our community has been without resources for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then, roughly about 5 years ago, everybody seems to be cognizant of the fact that we needed more resources.
Yes.
And so we are heading in that direction, which that's what our community wants. That's what our leaders want. Everybody's on board. It's just taking time. And so, unfortunately, we do not have a shelter for cats.
Right.
But we do offer spay and neuter, like you, another financial, low-cost spay and neuter assistance. So hopefully that will make some sort of impact.
Yes, that's what we're hoping. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then we would, love to talk about the possibilities of fosters. You would entertain fosters here,
yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to speak about that?
Sure. So, again, we're all volunteers, and Lucky's exists because the counties we work in, animal control, there are no resources for cats. The animal shelters, don't take in cats and things like that. So that's how we became about, and we rely on our fosters and our volunteers 100%. Fostering is just providing that temporary home, especially for kittens, because we don't want to bring them into our shelter. We are fortunate enough to have a shelter, an area or that people can come visit for adoptions, and we also house cats there as well. But kittens especially, we want to keep them out of the shelter into foster homes to keep them safe from the nasty viruses. Just like with puppies, you don't want to introduce those. We provide the vaccines. We provide all of the supplies necessary, food, anything like that that's needed. We just ask for people to be able to provide that temporary housing. With kittens, it's usually as soon as they reach 2 pounds, we start scheduling them to get fixed and be brought into our shelter to be up for adoption. So, it could be anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months that we ask for fosters. And again, coming into kitten season, we're going to need that. So if anybody's interested in fostering or for more information, they can go to our website, luckyscathouse.org. And all of our information's on there. The forms, the applications to apply for fostering and volunteering are on there as well.
Oh, that's great. So go to luckyscathouse.org. Okay, and all the information will be there. And the good news is, if you are a foster, because you do have partners in place with transport.
Yes.
So it is a temporary situation.
Yes.
What is the time frame usually?
Well, it kind of it depends. Like if you're fostering a nursing mama, say, that just gave birth, to babies, we want to make sure those kittens are weaned. So that is a potential 2 months of fostering for that litter of kittens in the mama. And then as soon as we can pull mama away from kittens, their kittens are eating on their own, all of that good stuff, we will bring mama in to get her fixed. And then as soon as we can get the kittens in to schedule to be fixed, we try not to bring them in. Again, we don't want them sitting in cages.
Right.
Because we do have free roaming adoption rooms that people can come in and visit. Or if we do have a transport partner scheduled, we will pull in specifically for that. So that helps us with our waiting list. And we know as soon as we intake those cats, they have somewhere to go. So we're not
great.
having to wait on specific things. So we have some really great transfer partners. We've already done 4 transports this year so far.
That is great.
So they go, we have Colorado, we have Cincinnati. The last group we sent to Kansas City, to Casey Pet Project out that way. So that just left out Friday night. We had 29 cats go that way.
Wow.
So it sounds like Lucky's, and I know that you consistently stay full,
Yeah.
but it's not a hotel, it's an airport.
Yeah.
They come in and then they go out.
Right. That's why I say it's always a revolving door. I know people are
And
always.
that's what you want to be. That's why
we don't want there forever to be with us. That's why either through adoptions or transfer partners, things like that, offering the spay and neuter assistance so that cats can stay with people that can take care of them, whether they be outdoor cats or indoor cats. We want to provide as much assistance as we can to keep the cats from actually coming into the shelter. So, because we do not have the capacity to take in every cat that's in need. That's why we work from a waiting list.
Yes, absolutely. So people who are interested, and I know people from Lawrence County because we do refer a lot to your organization. So they go online, they fill out an application,
Yes.
and then they're on the wait list to be accepted, correct?
Correct. Yeah. And I try to triage the intakes based on whether it's an emergency medical, is the cat in danger, does it need medical attention, things like that. Do we have a medical foster for it to go to? I'm one of our only bottle feeders. So if orphans are found, do we have a bottle feeder that can take it immediately, or we can offer supplies to the finder and teach them how to bottle feed if they can do it temporarily. Again, it's all about submitting the form, getting on our radar, because we just simply can't keep up with all the messages, the texts and emails, and we have one place that all those requests go to, and so that's where we look for those forms to come in.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, and you guys do a wonderful job. Now, if someone wants to adopt a kitten or a cat, they can
Ginger
also
Spice.
they can also go to Lucky's.
Yes. So we once our cats are available, so nothing leaves our care until it's fixed. So all cats are fixed. They've received age-appropriate vaccines, dewormer, flea prevention, and they're microchipped. Kitten adoptions are $125, so that's anything under 6 months old. Over 6 months old, we consider that kind of in the adult range. So we are actually continuing to offer a reduced fee of $75 for anything over 6 months. And again, they can see what is available online once we make them available for adoption, and through our website, or Facebook is probably our primary outlet for posting things. We have a really good social media person, Morgan, who's also our board member. She does all of our photos and cute little videos and things like that. So we have a really good social media presence and following. So we try to, put things out there. And that's usually when we also post needs, like when we do have an urgent foster need or things like that. So.
How long have you been in existence? Has Lucky's been in existence?
So Lucky's came about, they became a 501c3 nonprofit rescue group in 2020.
Okay.
So, and then we were foster based to begin with. So, everybody fostered cats in their homes, but we were fortunate enough to be able to purchase property in, I think it was 2022. And we had that building outfitted and renovated to become the shelter. So we have like a treatment side, an isolation side, plus our adoption side. And we've been operating
Here she comes.
in it since about 2023.
She gonna jump up?
Yep.
She wants to so badly.
Come here.
It's okay.
Come here.
You can come. Look,
Too much attention. Too much attention.
she loves
Is it
it.
nap time, huh?
So you're a fairly young organization too, roughly,
Yeah. Yeah.
little over 5 years. Well, that's great. You've done so much in a short amount of time.
Yes, I was running numbers before I came here, and since 2020, we have assisted with almost 4,500 cats
Wow.
that have came through our doors that we've laid hands on in the 4 counties that we work with. So that's, that's including intakes, spay and neuter assistance, and trap neuter release. So like the feral cats where you have to go out and trap them and get them fixed and then release them back. So 4,500 cats have.
So who does that regarding your TNR program, trap, neuter, and release program?
So we have a couple of volunteers. We do have a couple in Lawrenceburg, which they do them for Folka too.
Right.
So, we share some volunteers there.
Resources.
Hey, and
Yes,
isn't that wonderful?
and we work together for that. So I have been over here before and trapped. I'm usually the most flexible with my schedule. We definitely need some more trappers.
We just found someone who is very interested in doing that.
That's good.
And she is a vet tech.
Oh, no, awesome.
So
That's nice.
yes. And so if you are interested, in fact, you and I'm sure the volunteers that we work with as well would be more than happy to kind of help train the team, because we do have feral colonies, as you well know.
Yes.
And Brandy, you did grow up in Lawrenceburg,
Yes.
so you're probably very aware of our colonies here in Lawrence County. Isn't that right?
Yes. Yeah. And I will tell people it's a coordinated effort. It's not just going and trapping a cat and then it's like, well, where do I take it? What do I do with it? You have to have a plan for that cat, because once you've trapped it, it needs to be fixed, and you want to have a plan. Is it going to be released back to where it came from? And that's another thing I have to remind people is we aren't animal control. So we have no authority to come and remove pets from a property. So that's the way we can assist, is by providing those services, or if it's loaning out traps, if somebody's willing to do the work themselves and get them to the clinics. There are spay and neuter clinics fairly close by. We use the one in Columbia, which is a good 35-minute drive. It's not too bad from Lawrenceburg. But
it really needs to be scheduled, because you're scheduling
before you trap it.
Yes. You have to have a plan
before you trap it.
You schedule the appointment, and then you do all the right things, and you're praying that you get the cat that you need to take in there. And they do a little snip.
Yes, ear
on
tip.
the ear, just a little ear tip, so that this poor cat is not fixed again.
Right. Yeah, the ear tip is the universal symbol that cat has been fixed. So, like, if anybody happens to see one running around their neighborhood, you can know 100% that cat's been fixed, and there's no worry with that one anymore. So
yes. It's almost like piercing your ears.
Yes.
It's just a little...
It doesn't hurt the cat. It's done while they're under sedation, after the neuter, and it's just cut straight across the ear.
Yeah, it's just actually the tip. The actual tip is just gone, but you can tell, and so not to go through that again.
Right.
And now with dogs, and it's not cats anymore. Or maybe it is cats, with domestic cats. They're starting or doing tattoos.
Yes, a lot. Not every vet does that, but they do on their abdomen that they will have a green tattoo
I think that's helpful too.
It is, because if we do get a female in, if it's of breeding age, we do try to see if there's a tattoo. There with females, with males, you can kind of tell if they've been neutered, but with females, it's harder to tell if they've been done.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Yes, we are looking for those of you out there who are really interested in participating in the TRAP, TNR, trap, neuter, and release.
Yep, return,
Yes,
yep.
return, yes. So if you are, you can go to Lucky's Cat House website again, Brandy.
Yes. Oh, luckyscathouse.org.
Or you can go to Folca's website at Folca, what is it?
FolcaTN.org.
We changed it recently.
Oh,
FolcaTN.org. And you can also email info@FolcaTN.org as well. With your contact information. Maybe we can partner together.
Yes.
And start even a larger group and put some things in place. So that's very exciting. I do know that there's a colony of cats at Save-A-Lot.
Yes. And our shared volunteer work has been working on those. And we've actually taken in 2 friendlier cats from that location. So
Yes, from Save-A-Lot. There have also been some around the Rotary Park area that our volunteers have worked so hard on. And have spayed and neutered so many. There is a colony at One Stop in Loretta. So we all name them by...
where they're at. Yeah,
where they are.
Yeah.
Yes. And these cats are not dumb because they're kind of hanging out, you know, in grocery stores and quick stops.
They know where the food's at.
That. They know where the food is.
High volume of people that come through.
And maybe want to feed them. But that's what we need to do. That is their home. That is their colony. But we do need help regarding spaying and neutering them so they do not multiply and become a health hazard.
That's correct.
Yes, absolutely. And so it seems like we need so much help in our rural counties, but we're moving forward. Yeah. And Lucky's is helping to make that happen.
We're trying. We're trying our best. So, and we love partnerships and things like that. So if we can share resources, all of that, because I'm a good coordinator and planner. So, but I can't always be, in 10 places at one time. No. So that's where we love our volunteers and rely on them to be able to do some of the footwork.
What do your volunteers look like in each county? Do you have a set amount in each county, or do they do certain things? Is there any way we can kind of help you in Lawrence County?
Yeah, so not really. We used to have a good number in each county that we could just reach out to, but things change, life happens. We gain some, lose some volunteers, things like that. I would say the majority of our volunteers are in Marshall County.
Okay.
And so, like I said, I've traveled to Lawrenceburg several times to pick up cats, things like that. So it's mainly just communicating among our approved volunteers, like when we have a need for something like that, or if we'll say okay, say the Save-A-Lot cats. So we're going to try to trap them one time, and we'll say, okay, we've got our clinic date this day. We need trappers to start trapping on this day. We need transport people to help get the cats into holding for overnight, things like that. So that's where I was talking about the coordinated efforts that's always needed.
And how many people, if you're going to, and I know it depends, but if you're going to focus on one cat colony and you're calling people in to trap, how many people does that look like?
Usually it's just a couple, because you don't want to be on top of each other. And with trying to trap feral cats, they're so smart.
Yes, they are.
And they are very leery of the traps and things like that. So probably the less people there are, the better, because but, we're never going to leave the trap set either without eyes on those traps, because we don't want other people to harm them, or, cats to harm themselves. So usually 1 to 2 people trapping, and then maybe do a handoff, like I said, to transport to their holding area, or if there's somebody local that can hold them overnight, because once the cat's trapped, they stay in that trap until they're released. We feed them through the trap, all that. They get sedated in the trap safely to be removed and fixed.
There is actually a tool
Yes.
that clinics will use. So that's why you have to have the trap.
Yes.
One of the reasons, and why it looks the way it does. Because first of all, it's easy to trap the cat, but then they also have that special tool that they insert.
Yeah, it's like a little fork that you inch the cat to the back.
Yes.
And basically pin it to the back so it can't move forward, and then they can shoot it with the drugs and to knock it out, and then remove it and everything and do what's needed, and then put it safely back in.
Yes.
And then we feed through the trap as well.
Yeah.
Using that fork is, to make sure they don't run out, but you can open the door safely and change out the pads and things like that.
So it's such a humane way to do that. And
we try not to hold them in the traps for, I'd say, more than 72 hours.
Right.
Yeah, so they're not in there long. That we put a cover over them to calm them down, things like that. So, we try to do it the best way possible.
So we know that there's so many cat lovers in Lawrence County. And so we would love to work with you, both Lucky's Cat House with Brandy and, of course, with Friends of Lawrence County Animals, too.
Yeah, definitely.
We can partner together and try to reduce the amount of unwanted felines in our community, which there are quite a few of them. If you do have cats, please have them spayed and neutered. Again, it's incredible how much they multiply. And we don't have enough homes or barns to take care of them all, do we?
No. There's never enough.
Sadly, I read somewhere, most people think that cats are very resilient. And, that's why I think there is more focus on dogs than there are on cats. But I have read somewhere that the average life of a feral cat is around a year old. So,
Well, and you got to think too, cats haven't been considered like indoor pets except for like the last 100 years.
Right.
They had a job that, they were rodent control on farms and things like that. So, having a friendly indoor cat hasn't been around that long. So
Right. And there still is a need for barn cats and farm cats, working cats.
Yes.
They love to work.
And we do, like I said, we don't take in everything, but if there wasn't a situation, we can't just go in and remove all of the cats. Right. But we do have some need sometimes to place those type of cats in a barn situation, warehouses, just to do that.
Because they have been working cats.
Yep. And they're really good. Really good about rodent control and things like that.
Yeah,
so
we got 2 barn cats from Lucky's a few years ago. Yeah.
So
that's great. Talk about that, Kayla.
I think that you guys had just put it out on Facebook. It was shortly after we moved to our house, and we went over there, and we did the whole keep them in the cage for a certain amount of time. And then we had them in our garage. And so, we kept them in the cage, fed them very high value food, for a while. And then we let them explore the shop, but didn't let them outside the shop for a couple of weeks. So, they gradually expanded their surroundings. And then, eventually we opened the little cat door that we cut in the hole of the shop to let them out and explore. And so they just,
living their best life.
Yeah. They just roam around. And,
that is great. Living their best life on Corbett Farms.
Yeah. So, we don't have mice in the barn anymore. And, they, just chill. They're not friendly. We don't pet them. We don't see them most of the time, but the food gets eaten, so they're still around.
They're there doing
they're
their
still
thing.
around. Yeah, there's no mice and the food gets eaten.
Well, that is a good thing. So if any of you have farms, just like Kayla and Corbett Farms here in Lawrence County, reach out to Lucky's Cat House, and they can supply you with barn cats that are already spayed and neutered, which is a good thing. Oh, look at her. Is she not the friendliest thing in those little paws. Now, how old is she?
She's probably 9 to 10 weeks old.
Okay.
Yeah, and she just got fixed this week, so she is available for adoption.
And she just ran right up to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, she's not, you know,
Oh, no, she is. Yeah.
so social.
Yeah, and we are open, again, because we're all volunteers. We don't have any set times during the week, but we try to be open on Saturdays and Sundays, 12 to 4. People can just come in and visit without the obligation to adopt. If you just want to kind of like a cat cafe, that's why we have the free roaming rooms. So we have a kitten room, a teen room, and an adult room.
Oh,
so
that's
people can
great.
just come in and love on cats. And
It's fun.
you might fall in love with one, leave with one or two.
That is just great. Well,
Gotta have two. Your
Yeah.
cat has to have a cat.
That's
You think so?
Yeah.
I know. I just have one cat.
No,
and
your
I
cat
think
needs a cat.
I know. I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Well,
because
we know where you can get one.
it's kind of a chill thing. Yeah, I'm looking at her.
And we do offer foster to adopts as well. Like
Oh,
if you're
that's
if you're on the fence about it, you're not really sure, maybe your resident cat, or if you have a dog and we don't know if that cat's going to get along
That's
with
a
the
good
dog.
point.
So it's basically like a 2-week trial period.
That's really nice.
And that's what they do at the shelter too. You want to make sure that the animals go to a place where they feel comfortable, and the animals or pets that are there feel comfortable with the new member of the family. So I think trial periods are just wonderful. I'm so glad to hear you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
So, Ginger, speaking of the shelter,
I'm Kayla.
what did I say, Ginger? My God.
I've been called worse.
I know. I'm so, because I was going to ask for the shelter numbers,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, Ginger.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Has Ginger shared those with
She
you?
did,
Okay.
yes. So
Right,
for February, yes. For February, we had 19 dogs that we took in.
Okay.
We adopted 13. So that's 6 net positive
Okay.
intakes for February.
Okay.
So I didn't get the total population that we have at the shelter, but it's probably still hanging out around. I think last month when we talked, it was 126, I think, when Lori was here.
Is. I mean, it's just incredible. But we have some good news. We have made some partnerships that
Yep.
things are about to happen. We are going to be announcing that this week a few of our oldest residents. I mean, I just want to cry when I think about it. We have a partner who is willing to accept a few of our residents who have been there the longest.
Nice.
They are great dogs. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, they have not been adopted. And they are going to go to a place where they have a better chance
Yep.
Yep.
at finding a great home.
Yeah.
Not only a better chance, I mean, not even a possibility.
Like they're going to find a home.
They are going to find a home.
Finally,
Yes, they are going to find a home. So there are going to be a lot of tears that are going to be shed because we've become so attached to them, but at the same point, they have
Yeah.
spent their lives at the shelter.
Right.
How long
they
has
need to go.
the longest one been there? Do you know?
3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, I know. Can you believe it? And adorable. Absolutely
so cute,
adorable.
yeah.
So his name is Brady, and he will be going
Nice.
along with a few of his friends, and they will be going to their new homes, soon to their new homes. So that's
Really
all good.
exciting. Yep.
Yes.
We also have 9 dogs in fosters right now. So that's
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
And one of them,
One of them is with me.
yes. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Can you?
I can, yeah. So I have a dog who was brought in on Valentine's Day by animal control from a neglect situation. And he is, I think, a lab mix. So he should probably be 65, 70 pounds, and he's 41. He was 41 pounds when they brought him in.
His ribs, his spine.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
I know. I can't talk too much. I feel like I'm going to cry. He was in pretty rough shape. I think, has been hit by a car at some point, so he's got some joint issues as well. But that seems to be an old injury that he's healed from, and then like the neglect has happened since that. But he is just the sweetest dog. Like, he is not food aggressive. He's not afraid of people.
There's just no reason.
No, he like just wants to be loved on and pet. And so that's what we've been doing since we got him. We picked him up the day after Valentine's Day, and we've just been trying to slow introduce food. And, you know, you don't want to feed them too much too fast, because they can have refeeding syndrome, which is not good. And then, you know, we got him checked out by the vet, and there's no big underlying health problems that they could find.
Good. That's good.
So that's really encouraging. So, you know, it's just a long road ahead for him. And, you know, just taking it one day at a time. He has good days. He's had a couple of rough days, but, you know, overall, I think he's better today than he was the day we brought him home. And that's all we can really hope for.
Well, speaking of progress regarding neglect and abuse, we are going to have Brent Cooper, who is the district attorney, on the program. They are, you know, really stepping up efforts regarding neglect and abuse,
Right.
and going after those people. I do know that the sheriff, John Myers, is also, you know, really going after people who do that. So we'll be talking more about that in the future.
Good, yeah.
Which is really hard to understand. Especially, well, all animals are wonderful.
Yeah, no animal deserves it.
No.
And, you know, I'm not trying to imply that any animal does, but just like his demeanor, like, he's just such a sweet dog.
You just cannot understand.
Yeah, and he, you know, the second we showed up at the shelter on Valentine's Day, I walked up to him and I just sat down next to him, and he just put his head on my lap. And Kevin, my husband, was just like, well, I guess we're taking this dog home.
Is that how that happened?
Pretty much. Pretty much. You know, we have a trip coming up. And so, you know, he was immediately just thinking about logistics. Like, well, you know, we can take him until we go on a trip, and then, you know, we'll bring him back and then just come and pick him back up. And, you know, he was already, all that was already going in his head, because he knew the second that dog put his head on my lap.
It's like, okay.
He was like, yep, this is happening.
That's it. He's going home. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
He is in a very good place. And
Thank you.
You are doing updates on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Are you doing it on the Corbett Farms page too?
No, I've just been posting on my own Facebook page.
Yes.
Yeah.
But feel free to look, Kayla Corbett.
Yeah.
Because it's great. You're just showing you know, the progress that is being made.
Yeah. And well, I think that, you know, a lot of people don't understand, like, how much is involved in rehabilitating a dog that's been neglected, and not just, you know, the cost associated with that, because I think, like, by the time you talk about all the food and all the supplements and everything just to get him healthy again, it's like $5.35 a day just in food and vitamins and things. But then, like, that doesn't include vet visits, that doesn't include prescription medicine, but also just like the time that it's going to take to get him back to where he's just a normal dog again.
But that's so rewarding, because we used to foster dogs too, and those type of cases were what I liked, because once you've earned their trust and you see them from where they came and everything. So, I mean, fostering is so rewarding. I stress that to anybody that
really
has ever, you know, thought about it. And it's so needed too for those type of situations. So,
or like bottle feeding, you know, and I feel for you there. I took in a couple of bottle fed kittens last year, and it was all hours of the night waking up. So,
it is incredible. My sister did that as well. And, it was amazing. She would bathe them. She had a schedule, a structure.
You have to.
And those kittens, I've never seen anything quite like it. And they all flourished. I couldn't believe it. I understand that's kind of rare. I mean, that's rare because
Yes.
you do end up losing.
Yeah, kittens are so fragile.
Yes, they are. They are. And so I know that, and I hate to, but we need to talk about it. Neglect and abuse also happens in the feline world as well.
It does.
Do you
And
come across a lot of cases?
Well, we do. We've had several cases, but cats are kind of in that limbo because there's not enforceable laws. Because, like, when the animal control or animal shelters don't take in cats,
right?
There's not that many, enforceable laws and ordinances for cats to protect cats. I mean, you've got your general abuse and neglect,
right?
But you also, we found you have to be able to prove that there was intent for neglect, because people can just say, oh, it's seen a vet, or it's, I feed it every day, but you have to, that's the problems we've come across, and that's just, we just need tougher laws all around, and for those laws to be able to be enforced.
Yeah, we really do. Yeah. I mean, we really do. We do need tougher laws, reasonable, sound laws, but they do need to be tougher.
Yeah.
And it's something that I encourage everybody when they're talking to the people that are running, the people who represent us in government, to always encourage, that to happen. Speaking of which, we've got some really great news to share for the Lawrence County Animal Hour. Because it is election season, we are going to be having the county commissioners, people who are running, some of them are existing commissioners, and then those that may be new, we're going to have them on our program and talk about all things animals so that they can share their feelings about animal welfare. So we're really excited about that. I think it'll be a great time. We do have, I think, 19 districts. So
wow,
that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. I would love to have all of them on.
I think we will.
Yep.
Yes. I mean, it will be up to them.
Yeah.
But we're starting with District 1, so we're really excited about that. And we have 2 people who are running for commissioner in that district. And so one has already confirmed, and I'm going to be contacting the other one later, either today or tomorrow. Okay. So it's all exciting.
That's good.
It's exciting. We also had the candidates who are running for county executive. We had them on, I want to say a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I think it was.
We'd like to have
I think it was right after the fair.
Yes, it was. So it would be good to have them back on again before
I think so as well.
Election season, as they have gotten out in the community and talked to everybody. So we've got a lot to do and a lot to talk about between now and August, which I think the election is. And like with everything, all things are political. And I don't mean political in some sense, but we depend upon our community depends upon our government to help make things happen, not only for us and our safety, but for animals too. And they're all interrelated.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why we're sending our animals to other places, and it's because other places have tougher laws and better policies in place to prevent overcrowding of their shelters. And so they're able to take our overcrowded shelter animals. And so it's just finding that balance, I think, between what's practical and what works for rural communities without overburdening our citizens.
Yes.
And that's where we can provide those assistance programs, because the number one thing I hear from people about why they don't get their pets fixed is because it's not affordable.
Right.
And I understand vets, it's a business for, normal vets and stuff. So we utilize this high volume spay and neuter clinics where it's a little bit cheaper. But we seek grants and funding to help offset that cost. So the program that we have right now through Lucky's for Marshall and Lawrence County residents is we just ask for a $25 copay for a grant that I received through, I think it was United Spay Alliance. And our goal was to fix 120 cats by April. And so far we have been able to, I think 70 was the number we were at this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, and it's a coordinated effort. We had people apply. I may have to put the application up online again for to receive, because we've basically either they had already went through FOLCA and got them fixed, or they got them fixed on their own, or through us. So
and that's a very good point. With us, and we will post it when we have clinics, and people. And this is very important, and we probably can do a better job at communicating that. But for each clinic, people will say, I emailed, a couple of months ago,
right,
and it was regarding one clinic. But we have found with our volunteers that we ask for people to email their contact information each time we have a clinic, because it's like you said, some may go ahead and do it on their own.
Right.
Some may go to another place, just a whole host of, some may move.
Yeah.
There's so many reasons. And so we want to make sure when we contact you, you really need it. And so we ask with each clinic that you do volunteer. That you do email your contact information. So I would encourage you to like the Friends of Lawrence County Animals Facebook page, and also like the Lucky's Cat House page, so that you are kept up to date. You would be the first to know, because we post it there before we post it anywhere else.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
Yeah. So
we do have an upcoming clinic.
We do.
It will be dogs only this time, but it is on March the 23rd.
Yes.
And it's a smaller clinic, so if you are interested in getting your dog spayed or neutered, I have the cost written down somewhere. It is, I think, $55 for females, $45 for males. You can email lawrencecountysnips@gmail.com.
It was amazing for this particular clinic. I think over 100 and something people have shared it.
Yeah.
It is just
That's
really
great.
taken hold.
Good.
And we will be having more clinics
Absolutely.
in the spring.
Yep.
So it's really important. Tell your friends and family members.
Now, do you guys transport the animals to the clinic, or did the people drop them off themselves?
We do.
Okay. So, that's all. That's that's a better benefit.
We get out at crack of dawn.
Right.
And it's great. We have our van now, and so we load them up and carry them and try to make it as easy for the pet owner as we possibly can. There are times that we can send them individually, and we've started to do that. It's worked really well on a case-by-case basis. But no, we have our clinics, and we usually, not always, but we usually meet at Rotary Park.
Okay.
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Woo! And load them up and take them off. And it's really great. If you would like to volunteer for that, you can reach out as well and email your contact information to lawrencecountysnips@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kayla, is there anything else that you...
Well, we do have some upcoming events.
Great.
So for the shelter, I guess the shelter is partnering with David Crockett State Park for the Tails to Trails.
That's great.
Their next upcoming event is March the 15th. So you sign up at the David Crockett State Park website, and then I think they only do five people can register. So if you're interested, make sure you do that. The weather's getting nicer, so I think it's going to be a great time.
That's so good.
Yeah, and then you go to the shelter that morning, pick up your dog, and then meet at the parking lot next to the restaurant there. And then you go on like a little hike. I think it's an hour or two, and then hang out with your dog.
Great?
Yeah.
So great. Great
Yeah.
for the dogs. Great to get exercise.
Yep.
Great to get out in nature. And David Crockett State Park is such an asset to Lawrence County.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's so great that not only we can take advantage of it, but our shelter pets can take advantage of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the shelter does, like, they've been having their doggy adventures for the past month or two as well, where you can just go check out a dog for a day and take it on any adventure. So you can take it to the park anytime, or you can take it downtown and walk around. We have a couple of pet-friendly businesses downtown Lawrenceburg, or take it to Tractor Supply and go get a pup cup and just give it a day out of the shelter, give it a break.
And sometimes they have the little Adopt Me vest, right? So, so if you're taking them to the square to Tractor Supply, that's always a conversation starter. And perhaps you might be able to find that sweet pea at home.
And even, even not, it's still visibility. It's still, keeping it in the forefront of people's minds that, there are so many animals in the county that have been there for, how long did you say Brady had been there? 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah, for years.
I mean,
some
that's
of these
just
animals.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know when I used to do things like that with our animal shelter in Lewisburg, it also gives feedback to help with that dog, learning its personality. And too, the more people that handle that dog and can give feedback about different traits like likes and don't likes and things like that, it just helps set that dog up for success too. So that's a great program to have here.
Yeah. I think several people have started doing it, and it seems like it's been going really well for them. So I think it's good. I think they'll keep going, especially through the summer, and as it warms up and the weather's nicer, they'll continue
That's just
doing
great.
it.
And also, we have really great walking trails at the shelter too.
Yeah,
so
we do.
You can, if you don't feel like getting them in the car and taking them, you can go to the shelter. You can check out a little doggy and then just take it around the walking trail, let it play in the park, and bring it back. So.
Yeah, they have a really nice dog park set up there. It's got, a couple of little, I don't know if they're like agility kind of I don't know. It's not a toy. It's like a little apparatus situation. But they have like a big dog side and a small dog side. And they have like a 1/4 mile walking trail. So yeah, if you just want to spend, 20, 30 minutes up there and walk a dog or two, doesn't have to be a huge time commitment.
I see people walk their cats now.
Some people do. Some people can leash train their cats.
Yes, and you just see them walk through there. I see that on social media, and I'm just captivated by these cat videos.
I've never seen a trainable cat. We had cats all growing up, and I was never able to train a cat to do anything.
Yes, I don't know why, but I've started watching them. I'm mesmerized. Up in Canada, someone has knitted their little ears, and they've got little outfits and they crutch through the snow, and it's just adorable.
That is really cute.
Yes, I just it is adorable.
Yeah.
So, Brandy, I also wanted to bring up this is not your full-time job.
No.
So you, not only are you director, you also have a full-time job?
So yes, we're all, like I said, we're all volunteers.
Yes.
We all commit our time, dedicate it to the cats. So yeah, I have a full-time job. I'm very blessed to have a work from home IT job. So my time's kind of flexible. I have an awesome boss that understands my other passion. Sometimes I'll like disappear. I'm like, hey, I got to go pick up a cat, or, got to drop a cat off at the vet, so they're very understanding, things like that. So yeah, I definitely probably spend more time doing things for Lucky's than I do for that. And I think most people that have any type of passion with animals, find themselves in those situations where
absolutely.
So.
We're all volunteers too with Friends of Lawrence County Animals, and it's going to take everyone.
Yes.
You know, the community, leadership, everyone, to make such a difference in the lives of animals. If you don't mind, we'd love to have you on periodically from time to time. And
Sure.
you
I'd
can
love
give
to,
us
yeah.
updates on what's going on with your spay-neuter program, your
Yes.
adoption rate.
Right. Yeah, we're hoping to definitely continue the spay and neuter program because we know it's needed, and we know that that's the only way to get ahead of any of the overpopulation of cats. We can't adopt our way out. We can't send everything out. You know, there because other organizations can't always accept, like when we're in peak kitten season, you know, our rescue partners aren't accepting cats either because they're doing their own kitten season. So we know that, spay and neuter. So we want to continue that on our website as well. If anybody wants to donate to our programs, we have our wish lists for food and things like that. So there's ways to donate. And then all of our applications to volunteer, foster, or adopt.
So thank you so much, Brandy. And thank you all for watching the Lawrence County Animal Hour. We'll see you next week.